What's up, folks? How's it going today? Dropping on another video. It's a little bit of a tie-in with my previous video on keeping your financial status on the low, keeping it on the hush. But this one is more so about standing on your own 2 feet. I'm gonna attack this saying in a couple different angles because I think it's got a lot of meanings. But I'm gonna try to get to as many of them as I can because a lot of people these days can't stand on their own 2 feet. Whether it's situations or predicaments that they're in that where it's not their fault, or situations and predicaments that they got themselves into. Um, so, for instance, this year we've obviously been in this pandemic, with this whole COVID nonsense. How it's, all these regulations and lockdowns, and it's caused people to lose their jobs, and in turn losing their jobs, people have lost their homes. We have a lot of homeless people in this country right now. Is grown this past year from where it was before. There's just too many people that are homeless, jobless, no hope in sight. No kind of break, especially with the government tossing around this whole stimulus and unemployment, situation. I think it's fucking foul what's going on right now, but I'm not even gonna get into that. You know, that's one situation right there that people got themselves into, or that they ended up in. They lost their jobs or lost their homes, or just money ran out because bills. Let's face it, bills don't stop. Okay, and that's another thing that I find pretty foul about this year, particularly how bills, utilities and stuff like that, keeps on rising or kept on rising or stayed in place for the most part. While many millions of people lost their jobs or have smaller amounts of income than they did before, um, and it's hard when you're in a situation to stand on your own 2 feet because it's like, where do you turn? If you try to borrow, from somebody or, a bank or something like that, at some point you're gonna have to pay that back. But there's no telling when you'll be able to get a job again, or when you'll be able to get into a situation where you're financially stable. You know what I'm saying? So, that's one example there, where people are not in control of situations and they end up in a shitty situation financially, especially. And it's just hard. But, at that point, you really have to, if anything, what this year should have taught everybody is being financially stable is mad important. You have to have multiple sources of income. And there's many different ways you can do it, legally and cleanly. When I mean clean, I don't mean, I mean not OnlyFans, as one example. And when I mean legally, I mean not selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? There's many ways to make money. We live in a time where you can make a ton of money, or at least you can have multiple sources of income. It doesn't even have to be a lot of money you can make at a time. It's the fact that you have different avenues where money can come to you and keep you well off, or at least keep you, or you're allowed to survive financially without being in so much of a bind. Stocks, a part-time job, a couple of part-time jobs. You know what I'm saying? Um, little loans and stuff like that. Long-term loans. Selling stuff. Little yard sales, or just selling stuff online. There's different things you can do. Selling things you don't use anymore. Selling a car. Flipping cars. There's so much you can do. But then there's situations where people put themselves in, and that's when people quit jobs, and you know, um, if it's for a reason that you know that's legitimate. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to quit, because of health reasons, but then there's nothing to quit because you don't like the fucking job, or you're job hopping because it's not something you want to do, or it's not going towards your career. As I've said in the past, you got to start from somewhere. You got to start from somewhere because being financially stable is mad important, and that's part of being standing on your own 2 feet. Okay, you can provide for yourself. Okay, because that's where the foundation starts. Okay, it starts with you being able to take care of yourself financially. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody else. And that's really what it boils down to. It doesn't matter if a job that you are in, or that is, around you, is not towards your career. We all have time. There's time on your side, especially if you're young. You know what I'm saying? Start from somewhere. You know, make that a part-time job. You know what I'm saying? Um, you have to start from somewhere. You have to be able to get yourself into a state of good and stable finances. Um, you know, and people gotta learn to keep job and stop job hopping, or stop, putting yourself in situations where you're getting fired. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. People put themselves in situations where they keep getting fired from jobs, where you call in all the time, you're always late, you don't do your job properly. You're no longer able to do your job in the way in which it needs to be performed. Move to another department, transfer to another location where the job titles are a little bit easier, or maybe there's more variety. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to stand on your own 2 feet when it comes to jobs and finances. And another part of being able to stand on your own 2 feet is using your own fucking brain. I see a lot of people, a lot of copycats, a lot of people who copy styles, or, are yes men and yes women, because they can't think for themselves. You have to be able to use your own brain. Think with your own brain. Stop always agreeing. Stop, biting people's styles and ideas. Use your own shit. Use your own style. Be original if you have to. Think outside the box. You have to be able to do that, because it's messed up when people, when you start biting people's styles, or you can't think for yourself, or be your own person. You know what I'm saying? You're always asking for help. You always need assistance. You don't know. At a certain age, you have to learn how to grow up and do your own thing. Be your own person. Get yourself out of shitty situations, or better yet, don't put yourself in a situation in the first place. I'm telling you, like, people that I see, a lot of people put themselves in situations or act a certain way because they purposely are doing it, or they've been conditioned to be that way when they don't have to be. You know what I'm saying? Dust yourself off. Do what you have to do. Keep a job. Build yourself financially. Start from somewhere. You gotta start from somewhere. You gotta start from the bottom and work your way up. But and if you get knocked down, if you face hardships in life, just let it be a learning lesson, a test that you have to overcome. We all get faced with tests. That's just a part of life. Whether it's mental tests from other people, it's societal tests. You know what I'm saying? Things you face in society. Hitting rock bottom, which I think we all, or at least the majority of people, should do at some point. Not purposely, but sometimes you have to get a taste of rock bottom to be able to work your way from scratch and build and work hard. I think that's a very important part of standing on your own 2 feet. Being close to rock bottom, or if not even at rock bottom itself, being way at the bottom, getting knocked down by a huge life circumstance, and and work your way back up. You know what I'm saying? Build and get stronger and learn from certain things. I just want to see people do better and be better. I've said that before. But it starts with being able to stand on your own 2 feet without assistance from anybody else, or much assistance at all. Use your own brain, use your own finances, and use your surroundings. That's really all it comes down to.